All right, mic check, mic check. One of the Masters Podcast, your main, of course. Of course, me, I got a special guest, man. I got Mr. Jones and Mr. George Jones in the building. I'm sorry, I said Mr. Jones like I'm a student.
The third.
What's good, man? How you been?
I've been all right.
The third, yeah. I'm sorry. So explain that to me. I never met a third before. So
Man,
you're the third one.
My grandfather, my pops,
Then it's you.
and me. Yeah.
Okay. Now, just for familiarize people, because we'll get into it in a second though. But you are you work in education, right? So you're a teacher.
Yeah.
Where you teach at?
At Glen Hills High School.
And you went there also. I'm pretty sure that's like a life revolving door. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I told you in the past, me and you supposed to get up a few times. I always pride myself on like time and just being a thing. So sometimes I feel like when it don't work out, it's for a reason, and then when it do work out, it's for a reason. So I'm happy that and that actually this summer with you playing in the game and us having to do all them interviews and stuff, I kind of got to feel okay. So I gotta hit him up this way and that way. So that was dope. But how you been, man?
I've been great.
Tell me a little bit about Glen Hills. Like, what's the teaching like right now? Before I get into your whole story,
It's interesting.
I know you got COVID and all that stuff, and then you still got the kids. That area is to that area. They still got the same life chances of the kids you went to school with. Still the same kind of problematic things outside of school.
I explain to people like this, and some people get it, some don't. I be like, take your error and then multiply it by 10. That's how it is.
Is that bad?
Man, these kids they raised different than what we were.
Right.
Like a lot of them, they being raised by their grandparents because they parents. Ain't no shade on them. It's just how it is. Like a lot of the parents they clubbing a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a social media era, and a lot of them want to be their friend instead of actually being their parent. Yeah.
I mean, you make a lot of sense because in that era, like this one just a little bit older than us, and that's true. I see it a lot. So I definitely agree with you on that one. Yeah. But before we get into all of teaching and stuff like that, I kind of want to get into just letting them know more about you. So like, tell us about where you from, like where you came up at. Give me a little background on you, and we'll kind of dive into that.
I'm from here, Augusta, Georgia. Georgetown area. It's on Dean's Bridge across from the Walmart.
Right.
I wasn't born out there. I was born in Southside. That's where I'm originally from, my family from. But my mom moved us to Georgetown. That's where I've been at since like 6 years old.
Okay. So, you the middle child, oldest? Like, how many siblings do you have?
On my mom, I'm in the middle. I got an older brother. He passed. Then it's me, and then it's my little brother. Then on my pop side, I got two older sisters. Then I'm in the middle, and then my little brother Quad, and then I got a baby brother, Desmond Davis.
Okay, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know you had a small brother.
Yeah, I got a baby
know that.
brother. Yeah, he's 4 years old.
Oh, okay. That's I always thought it just I knew you had a sister, I guess.
Yeah.
But I see the trio.
Yeah.
So okay, so what was that like growing up? Because y'all are, I would say y'all are y'all close.
Yeah.
You and your brothers, y'all very close. Got a tight bond, tight relationship. Very wise. Where that come from? The wise part. Because I feel like, and I'm gonna be a cute 100 with you. I know Quad ain't don't have the best record right now. The last 3-4 months, even on something else, I don't know, but. Before that, he had a good run of like nice ideas that he would have, and I just think the way your mind works sometimes. I actually had a screenshot at one point of you and him talking about nature, about killing birds. It was something like, not y'all killing them, but people killing some kind of insects. Yeah, something like that. Y'all had, and I was like, yo, only these two could have a conversation about killing ants on Twitter. Like y'all was really having paragraphs back and forth about like why you shouldn't do it.
He I don't believe in killing bugs, animals, none of that.
Like, where that came from? Like, why not?
I don't know. Like I was been like since I was a child. Like I just don't. Like nature, I ain't trying to hurt it or nothing like that. Like even to this day, like if it's a bug in the house, I scoop it up with a napkin and take it out the door.
Yo, shout out to George, man. we need more people like George.
Now a mosquito, that's different. I kill a mosquito.
Well, I guess let's get into like just your your relationship with your brothers. How was that like? Cause you're the middle, like, and then they said, okay. So how was that? I never really knew who was you and Quad so close.
Yeah,
it was hard for me to tell who was the oldest and who wasn't.
We used to call each other twins when we were coming up. Like people used to ask all the time. They'd be like, "Y'all twins?" We'd be like, "Yeah, we twins, but we 15 months apart."
Oh, word? Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, that's wild. Who's stronger, you or him?
Little brother can't beat the big brother. I just leave it like that. Like, I was taller and bigger than my big brother. I couldn't do nothing with him.
Right. So let's talk about. I want to get into the teaching part too. But like this talking about like coming up school wise. You seem to be popular. Like how that happen? I mean your older brother before he passed, of course. Yeah. He's a little bit older than y'all, though, right?
We 6 and some change apart. 6 years and some months. Yeah.
So how was school like with y'all two? Like how'd y'all become popular? Like how y'all popular?
I really don't know, man. Like literally, like I got to high school. I played sports, basketball, and MySpace came around.
I remember that.
And I didn't understand like how popular I was till I made a MySpace page. And people were adding me. I was getting all kind of messages. People writing on my walls saying like showing love and stuff. I'm like, okay, because I kind of keep to myself. Like I don't really deal with a lot of people. Like I kind of keep the circle small. And then people who I have relationships with, you wouldn't even know. Because you know what I'm saying, man. I kind of keep my stuff private. Right. A lot of people say, man, you being real sneaky, secretive and stuff. But I don't know. I just like to keep my stuff private. So in high school, I say like maybe like 10th grade, I playing basketball. I was on honor roll, and it just came out of nowhere. Like,
what kind of student were you? You said honor rolls. I guess I'm. And it's funny because I seen you play ball now, and like you nice, and I always thought you were even the first time I seen you play. But did you play every year in high school? Like, did you play all through high school?
My 9th grade year, I got cut.
Okay, so
I was small. I wasn't always as tall. I was small, and compared to my peers, I was younger than everybody. I was 14 when I first started high school. Everybody else in my grade was like 15, 16.
Okay.
They hit their growth spurts and stuff. Like I was maybe 5'6" when I first got to Glen Hills High. Then I started getting taller, and I had the talent, but my height, when I got the height, I just went through the roof. I played my 10th grade year. 11th grade year, when we won the state championship, I broke my arm in half. Like, I was on the team. Damn. I was like the youngest person on the team. I broke my arm in half. And coach was like, I broke it in December, and I was out 6 weeks. So coach was just like, you know, by the time you come back, we're going to be getting ready to go to the playoffs. So you just try again next year. And then my senior year came back, I was starting playing shooting guard.
So did you have any wanting to do basketball, or you just kind of stopped after high school?
I wanted to continue playing. Like, my goal was to play college basketball, and I still don't be understanding to this day why I never had got like a offer or anything, but that was always my goal, to play college basketball.
And in high school, the type of student, right? How was you as a student? You said honor roll, but like
I was on honor roll, man, but I still was, you know, the area, you know, so I wouldn't say I was like a thug, but
What would you say you were? Because this is a theme that's going on in my podcast right now. Would you say at the time, at least, do you feel like, not now, but in hindsight, were you like a product of your environment rather?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. And that's common. Yeah, you know, that's common amongst people our age. You know, because all we know, we go outside, is all we see. You know, like that's what's cool to us. Like, all right, that's what's going on. I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's so easy to get caught up in that stuff, man. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna tell you somebody who I used to kind of look up to, Reggie.
Middleton?
Yeah, same thing. Like Reggie, Bowen Village area, but honor roll student. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Played basketball, so.
You know, when I first moved down here, I was in 10th grade, and me and Reggie had class together because he went to Butler that year. Yeah. Right? I remember looking at him thinking like, oh, he can't play. There's no way he could play. Yeah. And the first time I really saw him play, I was like, oh nah, he it. Yeah. But not only that, like he also like, I just like how he carried himself in school too. Like he never tried to. He wasn't soft by far, but he would never try to overly. He was like a kid like us. He played like us. Yeah. But they put him in this stardom kind of box where like. But he always just like us. Like he played, he joked. You know, he wasn't trying to be super aggressive. He, you know, kept to himself.
Humble too.
Very. Yeah, he didn't talk to you like. Mm-mm. He told you like you was him. Like you was one of him. Like he just he didn't talk like he was a star. Like, I'm going here and you're not. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can do this and you're not. Now on the court, he gonna talk trash. But like, as far as like just in personal setting, we talk like everybody equal. Yeah. And I would respect him for that though. So shout out to Reggie, man. Yeah. So let's get into like, so after high school, what you did after high school? Like, what was your next move?
I went to Savannah State, like literally, like right after high school.
Stop real quick. What made you go there though? Like out of all the colleges to pick to go to, and just that whole time you have to choose where you gonna go. What made you go to Savannah State?
I didn't want to go to school at all.
Me neither. But why you went? What made you?
My mama told me literally. Now,
I about to say, who pressured you into going?
My mama said, either you gonna go to school or you gonna go to the army. You gonna sign up for something. You gonna do something. So I was like, I ain't going to the army. I was like, shoot, I'm gonna go into the I go to school. My friend, his name Kevin Davenport. He was playing wide receiver and he had got an offer from Savannah State. So I was like, okay, I'll go down to Savannah State. He ended up not even going. And I had done already got accepted and everything. So I went down there. Got down there. That was like my first time being away from home.
Right.
Man, I'm coming home every weekend, man. In love, like every weekend I'm coming home. My big brother, he literally told me, he said, man, stop coming home. Like, and it wasn't even like he snapped on me. He was just like, man, stop. Ain't nothing here for you. Stay down there. If I have to pay you, I'll pay you. Stay in school. Don't keep coming down here. Ain't nothing down here for you. But I still ended up withdrawing. I came back the next semester.
Yeah. So like, what would just, and I'm like, I never knew you, and I think the first time I really knew, I think you graduated from maybe GMC, did you? Or okay, I remember seeing a picture with you and some people, and I was like, oh, okay, that's I knew who Quad was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I always looked at Quad, I didn't know him, but I knew of him because seeing him at games. Y'all go support Zah. I always support Don, and I remember he had weight. I was like, he got weight like me. I don't know, like, I size him up every now and then, but. Then I finally got to meet him. He a cool dude, whatever. But so like, as far as like just your whole school, I guess role, what you did like after you withdrew, what you did next?
I went and worked at Walmart. At Martinez. You know Bailey and Stone?
Yeah, I know Bailey. Yeah,
we was out there pushing carts together, man. It was, man. It built character. Right. It built our character. We was out there. Cold, blistering cold, and then hot days like summertime. Mm-hmm. I still remember the boy. He got sunburned. He was so mad, man. It was hot, face peeling and everything.
Yeah, I was at Walmart. That was on
Martinez, at the one out there on Bobby Jones.
Okay, at Bobby Jones. Okay.
Yeah, and we worked there. I worked there for 4 months.
John Paul was there too.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. He was working on the
inside,
truck. Yeah. Yup.
That's funny. But like. As far as like, so you worked at Walmart, I guess when did you feel like, okay, I want to be a teacher? When did you come to and be like, I gotta cut this out, I gotta do this?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I first started college, it was I ain't trying to toot my own horn. Like I can kind of do anything, like education wise, like any field I can go into it. I was chasing money. When I first went to school. When I first went to Savannah State, I was on computer engineering. I wish I would have stayed.
Yeah, they make a lot of money too.
But it wasn't nothing I was like, my heart went into that. Like, right. I ain't know nothing about it. My mom was just like, you should do this. So I did it. I ain't like it though. Then when I started thinking about it, I was like, okay, well, I try to be a dentist. So when I started GMC, I was like, I don't want to do this. I started looking, seeing how long I had to be in school. I said, nah, I ain't.
You started timing it's too long. 32, I ain't got time.
I said, I ain't trying to do that. So then, rewind back to my senior year. I was in my math class, and my teacher, his name Mr. Davis. I was in advanced algebra and trig, and he always asked me like, how do you arrive at these your answers, and you doing it completely different from what I'm teaching. And he was always interested because he'll see me my work and everything. Like I ain't cheating or nothing. Like he'll see my work on the paper, and he was the teacher that was like, okay, I'm gonna teach it my way, but George, I want you to come up here and I want you to show the class how you do it your way. Yeah. So I go up there, get on the board, and you know what I'm saying, show the class. Sometimes the class actually like my way better. And he ain't one of them teachers like, okay, you got to do it my way.
Right. No ego involved.
Yeah, like in math, like it's all kind of different ways you can come to the right answer. So he was just like, okay. I asked him, I said, shoot, I can do this every Friday. He was like, yeah. Every Friday I went in there, taught the class.
That's dope.
Yeah, every Friday.
And so, like, from there, was that something, I guess, that played a part in you wanting to be a teacher, like, later on?
It was something that stayed with me. So I got into coaching. I had started coaching at Glen Hills High School 2016, and I was at the middle school the year before that. So I was sitting around, I'm like, I could be a teacher. So I was just like, and I already graduated from GMC. I had got my general studies. That's just your core classes.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I could just go ahead and just finish up, get my other two at a school somewhere. And I was just like, okay, while I'm doing this, I said, okay, I can get paid for the coaching too. Even though it wasn't about the money, I was just like, if I teach.
What stopped it though? Like, what stopped it being about the money at that point? Because I know we was chasing money at one point. So what stopped everything being about the money at that very point?
I was working at Home Depot and I learned about stocks.
Got you.
So it's like, I understand there's other kind of different ways you can make money outside of
just working.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't about the money no more. It was like a intrinsic thing for me. Like I wanted to help kids. Like I really love helping kids. Even the kids in the classroom today, they were like, "Why you come? Like you ain't doing this for the money?" And so I said, "Nah, I'm here because I want to be here. I want to be here for y'all."
Right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I do. And I know I'm jumping. That's one thing I do like about like seeing you being a teacher, because I do feel like a lot of those students that you're gonna encounter gonna relate to you more.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we don't realize is when a student relate to us or a kid relate to us, they kind of want to emulate that at some point, or like they see something they can be or they want to be. Even in life, they never seen something or a person where they can look up to in a positive fashion. Because we got the drug dealers, we got the everybody else, we got the product environment, of course. But they seen you in a different set, and it's like, I don't know, like George with the same clothes they wearing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? George got the same hairstyle they got.
Yeah.
He dressed like them.
Yeah.
But he's him, and now they see something where it's a positive one.
Yeah, you'll be surprised how many buck though. So many don't just be like, I don't like him.
You know what though? I'm not surprised, because I feel like this is a good conversation to have too. I feel like at that age, right? First of all, and I don't know if you had the same feeling now, but 14, 13, 14, 15, 16, you kind of feel like you know it all. Like, I don't know if it's something that you just in your body or like with the hormones, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't let you start already doing it. Like, you definitely feel like you know it all. Then if you already knocking something down, you already feel like you can't really tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times in life, like at least for me as a kid, like I feel like no matter what, you can only do but so much when people do buck back at you, right? You can, but you never know like what you say, and at that point is going to register with them later on.
Yeah.
So they might buck when they 16, 17, but when they be 22, 21, they be like, you know what, Mr. Jones, that was the one I like. Even if they didn't like you in school, they at some point be like, nah, he used to tell me this was the way to be, or I was going to end up here if I ain't do this, or this I need to do X, Y, Z to get to this. And sometimes it's just about doing like nothing going. Like I said about timing.
Yeah.
Some kids like at 16 that timing ain't there. It ain't there for them to connect with you.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure you throw the connections out there.
Yeah.
They may connect later on.
Yeah.
So I definitely I know they'll I know that, but and especially the sense you probably got that what's the word I'm looking for? It's a specific word, but a following rather. You might have the following. Like, it's some kids that just like you, so they gonna just like you off the strength. Like, you like him? Like, why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it happens.
It's been a few like that, but some of them I get through to. Like I just have like little conversations with them. I'm like, man, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? And they get to talking to me, and we get to an understanding. Now I don't want them over.
Right.
But a lot of them though, some of them it's just like they just gonna habitually go against the grain.
But you gotta remember too, in high school, right? And you're in high school, so that's a bad thing. In high school, and I talked to a guy named Cam, who I think he went to school with you, and Juice. He went to school with you, I believe, too. But he was on my podcast last year, and he was saying like when he went to school, he only went pretty much just to get his work off. Like he never came to, but he was smart. He said I was never dumb.
At Payne.
Nah, Golden Hills. but he never came to school to do work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His sole purpose to come to school, get my stuff off, I'm coming back home.
You got a couple on like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and for people that actually live that lifestyle for real, it's hard to get to because it's also hard to get to somebody who ain't faking either. That's the ones that's faking is kind of easy to get to. People like, look, you're not really, you know what I'm saying? But the ones that's not really faking is like, damn, okay, yeah, I gotta try a different tactic for this one. You know what I'm saying? But those are also the ones that really might end up, you know, something happening to or you know, going to jail. So
it's a few of them that I see. You know what I'm saying? They're on social media and stuff. Guns, drugs, all
you
kinds
know
of
they
stuff.
way out there at
You
that
know,
point.
Yeah, and I try to tell them like, man, that ain't smart. You know, they ain't smart. But they so far gone, you can't pull them back. Only thing I can keep doing is just trying to help them, like keep putting stuff in their ear. But
that's all you can do.
Yeah, you can't stress yourself out.
You gotta throw the connections out. Like I said, they might not get it then. It's a lot of teachers in there, like in school, where I felt like you avoid them teaching because you don't want the teacher to talk to you, it's not you avoid them because you know you're avoiding the truth.
Yeah,
you got a lot of like a lot of. I mean, we're gonna read the tweets later on. Like a lot of wisdom tweets, and like that's what it is. Sometimes, like you were saying something about reality and dreaming. That's kind of what it be like too. Yeah. Like some teachers really make you face reality, and you so young you don't want to face it yet, so you buck back like, look, what Smokey did, like, get out of here. Like, you don't want to hear that right now. Like, I want to play around, I want to joke, I want to throw my life away for right now because I got time.
Yeah,
but somebody
really
who older know you ain't got time. You gotta get together now. You know, but yeah, I think that's dope though. Like especially for you being like young and black, I think it's just a good feature for me. When I realized you was a teacher, I was like, that's dope. That's amazing. So. I guess I want to get into it, like just with before I get into that, I do want to talk about something. And I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, but like, you did mention like obviously with your family hierarchy. You know, I know one of your brothers passed away. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about him a little bit? Like describe him. How was he like? What was he like? And what did he mean to you?
That was my best friend, man. Like, and. You know, like, my father was in prison since I was 2.
I never knew that.
Yeah, he did a whole life sentence. So, growing up, that was my father, too, and my big brother. So, when I lost him, I lost 3 people. So, he taught me a lot. Like, even in his demise right now, it's still stuff that I come across in day-to-day life. Like, I see why you told me that, right? You know, and my brother was in the game, and it was be a lot of stuff that I used to want to do too. He wasn't going for it. Like he wouldn't allow that. He said, "Trey, that's my nickname. Trey, this ain't for you. You're calling for something else. You need to be in school. You need to be doing something else. You got the mind for it." And he was like, "The streets will change your heart. I don't want you to ever change." And I ain't gonna lie, like sit here and like when he passed, like it changed me. Like I changed. Like my whole perception of life changed. It wasn't about like love, love went away from me. Like I ain't had no understanding of anything no more until my son was born. And that kind of helped fix that dent that was in my heart. But my big brother, man, like if I had to describe him in one word, like it's like a God.
That's
not
dope.
The, you know what I'm saying, universal God, but he was a God to me, you know. Like he couldn't do no wrong to me in my eyes.
Nah, that's dope. You know, I remember, God, like I said, I remember hearing about it, of course, and I was more familiar with Quad at the time. But I also remember you was gone for a while, and you kind of just said something, you know, and you always put your words together well, you know, when you finally do them. It's short but sweet, but also a lot of times it could be 5 words, but it can mean so much, you know. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I could see that it's affecting. Not saying it's affecting one person more or less, but it affected you a lot, you know, a lot. Like you just said, losing 3 people in one, that's always gonna be a hurtful thing. Yeah. When and this was what 2016.
Summertime. Yeah.
So that's kind of around when you started teaching.
right before COVID. That's when I started like officially. Like I was always in the school system though, like helping out and stuff.
Got you. All right. And I feel like too, like I know one thing I say about my pops is like he wasn't around for a time where you felt like you needed him, but a lot of times when I was younger, he would just pull over and talk to me. He'd just pull over, he'd just pull over and say something. Like, I don't know what it means. I'm 8, 9. I don't know what this means. But when I get 15, 16, I'm going through. I'm like, oh, this is what that means.
Yeah.
This is what that means.
Yeah.
Oh, don't trust. That's what that means. You know, some people, you got people like that will give you that. You might can't. That's what I was saying with the kids. Like, you know, they might not understand it now, but they gonna understand it when they need it.
Yeah,
sometimes like
planting the seed.
There you go. I can't say no better. Planting the seed, definitely. So definitely, and I always wanted to get some kind of like something just about your brother because I talk about him a lot, and I think before when I did my podcast, I was just doing only audio, so it's kind of hard to have say something about it. And it was so fresh then. It's really hard to ask somebody when it's so fresh. You know, it's never gonna get not fresh, but at the same time, I do feel like as time go on, you're able to kind of formulate things the way you want to formulate them. Cause I'm pretty sure you get asked that here and there, so you kind of know like how I'm gonna say this or how I want to word this. So
like even like when it happened, like I don't think people understand like when you ask about the situation, like right after it happened, it's like that person have to relive it
every time
over again. Yeah, like I still remember like it was the playoffs, Cavs, Warriors. My brother loved he loved LeBron James, but he loved Steph Curry. So he was messing with me. They were down 3-1. He'll call me. He'll be like, yeah, boy. I was like, man, I don't want to talk. So the night they won, they went up 3-2. Police came knocking on the door. I was finna leave out of the house. They were knocking on the door. I was like, what's going on? And it was like, it's my mom home. They said her name. I don't want to say her name, but it was like such and such home. And I was like, I know what's going on in the streets. I kind of like, I said, what's going on? And it was like, we need her car was tied with a shooting. And I was like, I kind of pushed the door closed. Mm-hmm. The first thing I did was pull my phone. I got to call my brother. He ain't picking up. So then I went back there and got my mom, and she came in, was talking to the police. And after they finished talking, like she went to the back and the police left. So I'm steady calling. I'm blowing his phone up. Like I ain't even go nowhere no more. Like I'm steady calling. He ain't picking up. So first thing I did was like, I went back there in my room and was like, I was kind of pacing, like.
Now you worried for real?
Yeah, like I'm like, man, because anytime I call, like he either picking it right up or he finna call right back. He ain't picking up, and it's like about 11 o'clock. I ain't go nowhere. Like I stayed home. Like I stayed up. I was falling in and out of sleep. Got my room in the front, so when he pull up, I could hear him through the window. I wake up, look out the window, I don't see the car out there. And I messed around and like dozed off one time. And he came to me in my sleep. So when I got the news, my mom came in at like 5 o'clock, I heard her back on the phone. She had called the hospital. And my brother had tattoos on his hand. That's how she identified, yeah. And when I heard the conversation on the phone, so that was kind of like confirmation. When she came in my room and was like, Trey, listen to what I'm saying, baby. I knew then. Like, I got up, walked outside. The sun was coming up at the time, and it was like, you know how in movies and, you know what I'm saying, it's like stuff started spinning. Yeah. It's how it was. Like, my world just started, like, spinning. And I was walking down the street with my hands on my head like this. Like, walking, like, there wasn't no crying or nothing. Like, it was, like, a state of shock. I don't think I cried to maybe like 10, 11. Like, seeing other people hurt, that did take it over the top. But I was in a state of shock.
Couldn't feel it yet.
I couldn't. Yeah, I was like,
Felt unreal.
Yeah, and my brother, it hit him instantly.
Yeah, and I'm like I said, I commend you for being strong, even telling that. 'Cause I know telling you got to relive it too. So, I appreciate it. Definitely. And like I said, I don't wish that on nobody. I know how tight a brother bond can be, and you never really think you ever going not. You never think that you're not gonna be here. I know we all know that at some point you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But you just never think you gonna be the one out here without him. Yeah. And like I said, he's still obviously and still with you, and you hear him and stuff like that. But it's just not. It's never. You can't have that one more conversation, that one more joke. That
Yeah, man. I went through a stage. His number's still on my phone, but it was so many times like.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like so much stuff was happening in my life where I just wanted to share it with somebody, and he was always the first one I called. Him, Quad, and my mom, but I always call him first though, always. But that was something I had to eventually like learn. Like he gone.
What year was your son born? What year?
2018.
What year did your father come home?
2000.
Was it before or after your son?
It was before. It was way before. Me and my pops got. I think it was 2013 or 14. I always get the dates mixed.
Okay.
It was one of those.
How was y'all relationship? Y'all close?
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. My father was always a father. Always. Even though he was in prison, like we went to visit. He never missed anything. Like wrote letters, called all the time. Like and it got to the point where I don't even know if I should say this, but I could talk to him.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, like anything happen, I just call him like, and I.
That's dope though, and it's dope because like I'm hearing you say this, and like people get mad sometimes. Like if I say, it's just me now. I know everybody got their own type of situation. I feel like, it's just no excuse to not be there.
Yes,
it's no excuse. You tell me right now, your dad's doing a life sentence.
Man,
he didn't miss anything.
He missed nothing. He
can't even physically be there, but he's there.
My father got all my high school clippings.
You see what I'm saying?
He got everything.
It's about the want to do it.
Yeah.
Knowing what's important and being a man. That's just point blank period.
Yeah.
I can't put it another way.
Yeah.
So when I hear people give me excuses of why they can't do something for something they created, especially a life, I just can't take it, bro. I'm sorry. Like, and I might zone out. I know how I could be. People say sometimes like I'd be heartless. It's not heartless. It's just like I ain't taking them kind of excuses.
Yeah.
When you tell me right now that somebody's serving a life sentence, he has every right to like not just want to fail, want to fold. I gotta be there for them.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
So shout out to your pops.
Yeah.
And that's the second, right? He cut hair, don't he?
Yeah.
So shout out to your pops, man. I don't know if he do stuff like that, but I would definitely have a conversation with him. He seemed like a dope individual.
He's a public speaker.
Okay, cool. I trust me. If you want to come on and talk, we can do that because I like talking. And I think for me, people think that because I think sometimes I say it sometimes he's like, you being treated with them jail stories. It's not a jail story. It's just that I personally feel like when you go through some kind of situation like that and you're able to come out on top and you're able to get through it and just still wake up every day, people that out here free and feel like they can't make it.
Yeah.
You got somebody who not and they ready to get home.
Yes. I always think about my pops a lot when I start making like decisions and stuff. I call him sometimes just to get his feedback. And it's the same thing vice versa with him. He come to his children sometimes for advice.
That's dope.
You might not see that with another, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Father, because they feel like they know everything. My pop's not like that.
Yeah, that's them old school parents. Like you can't tell them no wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I do like that. Like I feel like you can learn through people around you and people younger than you.
Yeah, he gonna go with his move now, but sometimes just
he didn't want to know the alternatives. Some alternative thoughts.
Yeah, because we got the power to change his mind, but a lot of times, sometimes like a second opinion, it matters. Right. Yeah.
So I guess real quick, let's get into the teaching a little bit. I do want to read some of these tweets, but I want to kind of say that for the end, like a last clipping type kind of thing.
Yeah.
As far as teaching, like what's some pros and cons? You know, I know the kids buck up at you, but like just the educational system, the ins and outs of it, any politics with it that you feel like don't get fired, don't go crazy, but Yeah, like just like ins and outs that what's some things you like or that you understand now being a teacher versus when you was a student.
I don't make. Well, I say I try not to make the same mistakes that a lot of my teachers made. Like you could tell, like some of them they was just there for a check.
They would tell you sometimes.
Yeah,
too.
like I just want to get my check.
Hey, don't they? What was the saying back in the day when we was? I got mines.
Yes, I don't.
That's probably the most wildest thing a teacher can say to you. Oh, I got mines.
Yeah, it's like you don't care.
Yeah, like I'm whatever.
You don't. Yeah, and my principal, she say this all the time. She like, I know that you want to make sure all your students understand the content before you move on, but we got to stick to a timeline. You know what I'm saying? And she on the same thing. Like she used to be a teacher too, so she was the same as that way. Me, while I'm in my class, I try to make sure everybody gets it before I move on.
Right.
With the mouth, because I don't want to leave nobody behind.
So, and I wanna touch on that real quick because I always try to compare anything to what I'm doing the same thing. And you worked at a Home Depot, so you kind of know.
Yeah.
It's like they got these metrics and stuff you just supposed to meet, and it's like, dog, you got to understand, like when you on this ground level. Sometimes people don't want XYZ. You can't get them to apply for this. You can't get them to do this. And just like in school, what you're doing, sometimes a kid just not gonna understand algebra. Like you might understand it like that. Yeah, I love algebra. Yeah, I can do it in my sleep.
Yeah.
Some kids they just don't get it. And to take them, you gotta hold their hand, you gotta kinda walk them through it. And it sucks because you got a class of 30, you got 6 classes, so that's 152. All these people you got, and it's like if 50 people don't get it, you're just not gonna feel comfortable keep going forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like you setting them up for failure.
Every time.
Yeah.
Because now you went to the next thing and they have to understand the last thing and get the next thing.
Yep. It's like it's building on each other. Yeah.
So when you wonder why when it's March and they don't understand, well, they didn't understand in September, but we wouldn't stop for them. So now they just been guessing and going with the flow the whole time.
Yep.
So I definitely, when I asked that, that's a perfect answer. Like when you think about politics wise in school, like, yes, for the students, we talk about education, all this, that, and third, but then we got these quotas we have to hit. Like we have to be at this chapter by this time.
Yep.
And it's like, is it really realistic? Especially with COVID right now. Like how was that with COVID? Like how does that work? Like how can you even hit these? How can you get to chapter 8 when the school shut down for 1 week, then it's not shut down for this week, then it is shut down for that week?
Man, it put us back so much, like, cause kids are. When you had the quarantine, you had 10 days.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's 5. I don't want to talk about that though, but yeah.
But even 5 or the week, you done missed a whole unit just about. Like, so when you come back, you lost.
Mm-hmm.
You was lost. But they got certain stuff in place where we can assign them stuff, cause we 1-to-1. That mean majority of the kids got computers. They supposed to have computers, but some of them don't. They haven't brought back their loan agreement. But when they fall behind, we can go into there and assign them different stuff online so they can do. But reality of it, man, was you doing homework?
Yeah, well, I say, I'm not gonna. I was a smart kid, real smart. Not saying they're not smart.
Yeah.
But I would do my homework in school.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And I never brought homework home. I always finished before I got on that bus.
Yes,
always.
Yes,
I can pride myself on that in high school. Like I played a lot, but I did my work. I ain't play. Yeah. I won't, like I was so ahead like algebra. Like I won't listen to teacher saying that day. Yeah. I do my homework. I know it already. Like, I'm ahead. I'm gonna do it. I never brought homework home the day of my life.
It killed more. It's the social media. Like
it's worse now. We thought it was bad just being to text each other when we was in school. But it's
man.
So when you said times 10, you're right. Damn, we have Instagram, we have Twitter.
They got it all.
We kind of just had Facebook. It wasn't on our phones like that. You had to go home to be on the internet.
Then
now it's like
then you got the airdrop.
Yeah, everything.
Man, listen, man. Lunchroom the first week of school, airdropping everything, anything. Your phone open, click. They hitting everything. You getting videos of fights. I'm talking about everything. The works.
Wow, that's how kids be.
So
that's how
it's
kids get the
spreading
videos.
like that. It ain't even going through messages. Like they can just airdrop it
to everybody.
Yep. They hit the message. I mean, the video is gonna say airdrop under the everybody who got their phone open.
And they gonna accept it.
Hit accept. Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I can imagine a lot of people being embarrassed right now too for
it's bad.
A lot of other things happen in school.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I could that's wild.
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. So, how was it for you? Like, talk about that full circle of you being a student and the things you might have did in school that probably wasn't the greatest. You were smart, but everybody. I know I had behavior issues, whatever.
I was literally telling them today, like, no matter what I did, I tried to make sure I get my work in. I don't care if I skip school, and I know I had a test or something. I'm finna try to come take the test. Them, you can't even tell them you giving a test on Friday or Thursday. Like I changed it from Friday to Thursday.
Coming to school?
Yeah, you got a test on Friday, man. You coming on. Half the class not even there.
That
and
sucks.
You gotta give them a makeup.
That sucks. Yeah,
and man, it's different, man.
Yeah, I mean, not going to school wasn't even an option back in the day. Like, if you just didn't go on your own, you had to go to hurdles not to get to school. But
yeah,
I guess, like you said, now the parents, they friends and stuff. So I guarantee sometimes they just stay home.
Man, I done had situations where kids like bucked up. Like, I ain't talking about talking. Like, what's up? What you want to do?
That's
like,
wild.
For real. Like,
I know it take a lot. I know it take a lot, and you be like, yo, just go sit down somewhere.
I smile at them. I smile at them a lot. I just be like, man. I tell them like, man, I don't want no smoke. You got it. I don't want no problem.
Do you see the? I see the videos online a lot, like with this TikTok or these smaller videos where they be throwing stuff at you. They be like pushing you, provoking you, or you trying to break a fight. But now they swinging on you.
You touch them, you out of there.
That's wild.
Yeah, you touch them, you defend yourself. You out of there.
So what's the protocol if a kid hits you? What's the protocol? You just go. Are you supposed to go to principal now?
Run.
Like, oh nah, that's
nah. I ain't
I'm about to say
run,
that's crazy.
You can't.
You still can hit him regardless. You just can't hit him.
You can't touch him. Yeah, you can't touch him.
That's wild.
You gotta be a professional.
Professional punch taker.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Punching bag.
I know, right? Niggas gotta turn to boxing now. That's crazy.
I be seeing a lot of the videos where like teachers actually get into it with the kids.
Wasn't that a challenge at one point? I remember you said something like that. Wasn't that a challenge at one point?
Yeah, hit a staff.
Yeah,
October, I think. Yeah, pull up my black forces.
Hey, how would it be in school like when they come with the releases, but you got them on too? You know what I'm saying? Or like they come in Georgia, you got them on too.
Yeah, they like it. Someone just be like, man, Mr. Jones, you getting them J? You getting them J? I just be like, nah, I ain't getting them, man. I'm like, man, I gotta pay my bills this month. I can't afford them this month. Well, I'm gonna get them eventually, but not right now. Right. Yeah, like them black and red ones just came out. I'm so mad.
But so are the staff is okay with your appearance, how you dress and stuff like that too?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like what do you think about or how do you view your appearance versus how people perceive you versus how you really are? And how do you think you're perceived? Let me ask you that.
Honestly, like
right now. Like you got a black hat on,
That's a thug.
Little dog chain on, thermal, you know what I'm saying?
A gangster.
But you're a teacher at Glen Hills High School.
Yeah. With 2 degrees. Working on my 3rd one. It throw people off. They be like, teacher? I'm like, yeah, I'm a teacher. So it mess them up. And with the kids, they like, a lot of time, man, I'm walking through the hallway, I get mistaken for a student. A lot.
That's wild.
Yeah, a lot.
By students or by
students and teachers.
That's crazy.
Because I got the mask on, you know what I'm saying, covering half of my face, so I get it. But
I guess, like I said, the dress and they like, oh, that must be a high school student.
And
got the J's on.
I switch it up. Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I might dress. I have the J's on. Like Tuesday, I had on a tie. I had a whole.
I've seen you dressed up a lot at school too.
Yeah, I mix it up a lot. They be like, "Oh, you dressed like a teacher today." I'm like, man, I gotta show y'all something different. Right.
Yeah. That's funny. You dress like a teacher.
Yeah.
When they say that, do you ever get the urge to want to school them like what is dressing like a teacher? Cause like, am I not dressed like a teacher this day or?
I haven't, but I'm gonna start doing that.
I can see you doing that. That just sounds dope to me. Like you give me what's his name? What's the father name in Boys in the Hood? I can't think of his name right now, but them kind of vibe. Just like, not that stern, obviously, but just like, let me tell you something real quick. This is, because even saying that is kind of like a perception. Now you got a perception of what a teacher is and what a teacher's not, but I'm just an educator.
Yeah.
Nobody said I had to dress this way to educate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you've been educating since you was a senior in high school. So,
yes.
But like as far as like school, like what's like what you like the most about being a teacher right now?
It gotta be when I'm teaching and that light bulb go off in their head when they say, "Oh," I mean I got to them. That's when I'm teaching. That's what I'm looking for. Cause when you introduce them to new subject matter, they just a lot of them go like this. A lot of them ain't in their phones, and I try to demand their attention. You know, so when they start paying attention, and I'm up there teaching, and they start connecting the dots. Mm-hmm. That's when I know I got them, and that's my favorite part. When they say, I see that light bulb go off in their head, like I get it now. That's what I'm looking for.
Would you say that's like the most satisfying part of your job?
Yeah, that part right there.
I have to ask, what's like the least in your opinion, or do you have a least? I know even if you have one, you probably I don't know if you could fully say it, but like what's something that you could change about?
It's not the kids. It's more so like. We have a lot of like tedious work we got to do on the back end. Like we have to do a lot of lesson plans. We have to do a lot of meetings, and it's a lot of that stuff there. You know what I'm saying?
The dirty work nobody see.
And we crunching it. Yeah, like we got to crunch it. We got to meet these deadlines and all that stuff. That part that becomes stressful. And then on top of it, you got a grade paper. You got to put grades in. It's a lot of stuff. But
feedback. You got to tell them what they did. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's the part that's the least favorite part. Like that part.
Do you wish that? I mean, I don't know if you wish that like they just hired graders for y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So and let me teach, and then you just
that made life so much easier. I be telling my homeboys all the time, like teaching that's not the hard part. Like it's the other stuff.
It's after 3:00. Once they or your break or that free period you got. What's the schedule for a teacher? Like what's the run? Give me a run. Give me a day in the life of George, like as the teacher.
All right, my alarm go off at like 5:30 in the morning. That ain't even the get up alarm. That's just to go ahead and wake up, and I just lay there for a minute to get my mind right. Then like 5:45, 6 o'clock, I get up, jump up, brush my teeth, wash my face. And I start ironing my clothes, get dressed, might drink. Sometimes I drink a smoothie in the morning. It depends on how much time I got. But most of the time, I'm drinking a cup of water. Mm-hmm. Go and get my organs and stuff working. Kiss my son. Head on it. By the time I get to work, I have to be to work by 6:50. Get to work, clock in. I do hall monitor, like, to make sure the kids go in the homeroom and all that. So I be in the hallways speaking, you know what I'm saying, starting their day off right. I ain't never, hey, get out the hallway. I don't be on that type.
You ain't like
time.
that. You ain't like that back in using school. So you try to.
I mess with them though. Like some on that kids continually keep walking by. I be like, man, you just walk by here like 3 times, man. Come on now. I don't go to class, man. And so, all right, homeroom. Got homeroom for like. I think homeroom like 20 minutes. Then you got first period. For my first period is planning. I don't have a first period. None of the math teachers do. So that's the time I be in meetings and stuff. I got second period, third period, fourth period. Then fifth period is lunch. I got lunch duty. See all the kids in there. They come talk to me and stuff. Still patrolling though, like making sure ain't no kids fighting.
Right.
Kids standing. I carry a whistle. On my badge, so
very protected.
A lot of time, man. Like I got they know me now, so if I see them just standing up over there in the corner or something, I just blow my whistle because I just be like, man, I ain't finna even walk over. I just blow the whistle, and I just go like this, and they'll sit down, yeah. And then 6, 7 period, and we out of there.
Gotcha.
2:30.
But so what time you get to leave though?
I coach, so.
Oh, yeah, all day pretty much then.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of times, it depends. Because sometimes, like, if I have practice, like, right after school, I may leave school maybe 6 o'clock. I have to wait till the last parent come get the kid. And a lot of times I have to drop them off. So I leave like 6:30. But if I decide to have like a late practice, because sometimes I have to take my son to speech therapy.
Right.
So I had to go pick him up and take him. So I just tell my kids, just, you know what I'm saying? Y'all come back at like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. We practice from 5 to 7 or 4 to 6. And then after the last, you know what I'm saying? I sit out there with them. Sometimes I be out there for like a whole hour after practice over with, waiting for the parents to come. And sometimes I just drop them off, but it varies though.
That sounds like a hectic day though.
It is.
I mean, it's a long time to be there, 12 hours. I mean, I do it, but I mean, hearing it now as a teacher, 6 to 6, especially when you can probably be up at home at 5 o'clock if you wanted to, 4:30.
Still got to grade papers.
Yeah, and about to say, and nothing you said anything about grading papers.
Yes.
So you must take them home with you. You must take them home and grade them.
I ain't gonna lie. I try to do it like, say if I try to keep work away from home so much, but it's almost impossible. But a lot of time I'm grading the papers though, I give them some work to work on, like a worksheet or something. After I done taught it to them the day before, I give them a worksheet to work on it. And while they doing the worksheet, I'm back to doing grading the papers. It really don't take long though, cause it's math. So
is it does it make your hair hurt sometimes grading papers?
Like, yeah, I do.
Okay, I was gonna ask you that. 'Cause I know I'm thinking about now we was in school and teachers think they got through to everybody. Okay, everybody gonna notice. I feel confident. Get them tests back. Like, okay, where did I go wrong at? Like, what part didn't I get right, or what were they understanding? So, I always wondered that with teachers. Like, is it hard grading papers knowing that I done told this person 30 times you got to do it this way?
Some ones that be so careless, like the mistakes. I'm just like, man, come on, man.
I used to have a teacher, right? And this is math teacher too. Like, this how I got. I think this how I got good in math. As a 6th grade, I could not do. I had to save my life.
Yeah.
Teacher, funny. He had dreads. He had dreads and everything, right? He was one of them cool teachers though. And he had changed his ruling or his grading or whatever. And he was like, you know what? Here's what I'll do. We do the test, and if you stay after, like the period over, because we had lunch right afterwards. He said, if you stay after, I'll look at the test now and I'll send you back to your table till you get what's right. Yeah. So a lot of times I would come up there and I wouldn't leave till I got 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that let me, or he'll do is like, he'll grade the paper back that day and get back to you next day. And what he'll do is, if you wanted to, you can go home, take that test home, take it, get your answers right, whatever, show your work and all that stuff. Yeah. You bring it back, you get half the points, you know what I'm saying? So you got like a 60, you got 40 points, you can get 80 still. Yeah. And I think that helped me a lot because it gave you more time with the test, and I just got better. But I ain't need it no more.
You can't let them take them papers home today.
Oh, nah. Back then we ain't had no phones. We ain't had none of that.
They got an app, man.
You could take a picture of it and they probably just see the answer.
Give them everything to work, everything.
Yeah, you be doing them a disservice right now at that point. Yeah.
It's crazy. Man, I was amazed. I seen it last year when I was teaching at the middle school. Kid, like I'm sitting there watching them. I ain't saying nothing though. I'm just peeping. I'm just like, okay, he doing this, and then he'll write something down, do this, write something down. I walked over there. I'm never confrontational with him from the jump. Just like, hey, I said, what that is? He was like, oh, that's purple mouth. I'm not purple mouth, photo mouth. I said, do that again. He literally, I'm sitting watching him. He took the camera, put it on it scanned the question, gave him everything.
That quick.
I said, man, if I'd have had this in college, man.
And if you had it, you wouldn't be a teacher though. Ain't no telling. You probably, you need to grind it out.
Right. But I snatched his paper. After he showed it to me, I snatched his paper and ripped it up and gave him the other. I said, now put your phone up and work on it. And that whole class started laughing at him. But, man, these kids, they clever.
I can see it, man. That's funny as hell. Do you get mad? Like, you ever get mad?
I get disappointed. Some of them kids, though, I ain't gonna lie. Some of them, they know buttons to push. Like, they know. You seen the kid that I did that interview with?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
His name ATR James. That boy there. I love him to death.
That's the one.
He know how to push buttons. And I got him 2 periods. He and me, he take my Algebra 1 class and my Algebra 2 class. I love him to death though. He actually smart. He just a class clown.
One thing about kids, like that's the thing. You could be smart, but it's like, when you in school, like it's so much other things. Like you got the women, the girls, your reputation, what you want to be perceived as. Some people so smart, but they don't want to be looked at as smart. They want to seem dumb, which is crazy, but I get it because I was in school and that's what the girls be liking sometimes. Like the bad boys, the ones that got the 47s on their test. Then one of the guy that got 95. Oh, you start. You can give me the answers, but that's about all you can get from me. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll tell you something. That I was in the gifted program when I was in elementary school. So I would go to the gifted program, and they were like predominantly white. Mm-hmm. So I was an outcast in there. You know, I had braids and everything back then. I always had hair, and now I was an outcast. Like I had one friend, but he had his other friends. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And I don't know how they upbringing was, you know, but you could kind of tell like the other friend didn't want me around.
They're like, yeah, I got you. Yeah. I got you.
So I used to always, you know, I converse with him, but it wasn't never nothing major when the other guy came around. You know what I'm saying? Cause
you felt it.
Yeah, like I could feel the vibe. So I in the class, like I'm in there with, you know what I'm saying, like-minded individuals. They very intelligent. And what the subject matter was mythology, Greek mythology. So I'm learning about all these different. It's like another religion. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm learning about all that in 4th grade. So when I would be in that class and come back to my regular class, now my real friends, they like, man, you a know-it-all. You think you better than us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at that point, that's when I learned how to blend in. I started learning how to hide my intelligence. Like I really started, like, you know, I sit in the class and won't say a word,
but know the answer.
Yep, I know the answer and won't say a word. And the teachers, they started knowing like I was a little more
advanced.
Yeah, and
definitely way more than you were showing.
Yes, get a test, hundreds, and they like, is you cheating? I'm like, nah, like I just,
photo math.
You had a cell phone back then.
I'm gonna read one of these tweets and you can kind of tell me. And this is just more of a teacher standpoint too. Yeah. You said, I explained to the students that Romeo and Juliet was sneaky links.
Yeah.
And that their families were ops. Them kids been engaged in reading the story ever since.
Yeah.
So like, give me a breakdown of that and how you came to that kind of conclusion. And
so, just like, you know, most schools, they do Romeo and Juliet in high school. So you read it, you got a little background of it. So I remember it. Like even in lit classes, like I loved them. One of my favorite stories was Beowulf.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah,
I like that more than Romeo and Juliet. I don't know why. I love Beowulf.
And I don't know why, but when we in the class, like I had to cover. Like sometimes teachers are out. My first period I don't have any, so I went into. They asked me could I cover the class. I don't be having no problem with it. I go in there.
That's English, right?
Yeah, it was an English.
When you're math, you're an algebra teacher. Got you.
I'm in there. So I was asking, I'm like, man, what y'all doing in here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all on? It was like Romeo and Juliet. So I was like, all right, so what page y'all on? Like, what chapter? It was like, they told me the chapter, so I was like, okay, so we're going to start reading then. I said, I'm just going to start calling people. And I was like, no, we ain't. I said, we going to read. So I started like, these kids, they just like, oh, you think we going to read? We ain't finna read. They just like,
no,
got back in their phone, yeah. So I was just like, you know what? Y'all know who Romeo and Juliet is? They was like, no. I said, they ain't nothing but sneaky links. They was like, what you know about sneaky links? I said, man, I said I'm a teacher, but I'm just a couple years older than y'all. Like, I'm hip to stuff.
Right.
So then I was like, they families ops with each other. You know what I'm saying? It was like, they is.
Yep, that ops word triggered them.
Yup.
Got them engaged.
They really started reading the story then. I was only in there for like a day or two. I was in there one day, then the next day I was in there covering, then they had got a sub, but they started reading the story.
Nah, you know, it's funny, and that's like a dope way, first of all. That's a dope way to get kids involved by using the lingo and what they understand. And but also it's a very true statement though. Yeah. Like that's a fact. Everything you said was facts on there. So that was dope, man. I like when I seen that too, I said that's a dope way to teach. And it's on the fly. You teach math. You're not planning to teach Romeo and Juliet that day. But you know. I'm gonna say just dreamed I was a student at Payne College again. What was that about? Like, what you got going on at Payne College? Did you enjoy his time there?
I did. One of my favorite people in the world, man. Her name Professor Baxter, Kimberly Baxter. I love that lady, man. And I met her at Payne. My first day in her classroom, she gave us an assignment, right? The very next day, I left it. And she ain't like, because she understand how hard it is for a black male. Man, she ain't give me no slack. She gave me a slap 0. I said, I bring it back tomorrow. She gave me a 0. I wrote her a letter. I wrote her a whole, like, it was like a half a page letter, like explaining
why you
left. What happened, and that I was like sincerely sorry. She read it, she smiled, and she said, keep it in your folder. And at the end of the semester, she went through our folders, made sure we had everything in there. She was a history teacher. And that was 2017. And I still got a relationship with her to this day. Like, I talk to her all the time.
It's kind of like what he's saying. That teacher, like, kind of like you, like, damn, why you tripping on me? But at the same time, it's like, I bet that keep me on my toes now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough love, but you kind of need it. You know, it's needed. You know,
she tell me all the time, you got to be on point. You got to be on point, George.
Yeah, because a lot of people ain't gonna give you that slack at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep on the subject of teaching now and get everything together. But it says, I'm literally a high school algebra 1 and 2 educator. I don't fit the so-called description at all. Intelligence has always been my best kept secret.
That just go back to me when I was telling you that I learned how to blend in. Like, I got a friend, her name Bianca, and we met at Georgia Military, and we took biology together. This like what I was telling you, like, I could any subject. I'm in the biology class. And I literally, like, I used to be up all night doing stuff, and I ain't got no business doing, like, you know, like
right.
gambling or running behind females or whatever. And I used to be in a class sleep. I would literally be in there sleep. Wake up, take a test, ace it. And she'd just be like, how?
She studied all night.
Yup, studied all night. I got a higher grade than she got, and she's just like, how? And it was, I can't.
You don't even know the science behind it.
I don't.
You just a smart guy. I mean, what can you do?
But yeah, that's intelligent, best kept secret. Yeah, like, it's just learning how to blend in with your surroundings.
I'm gonna read this next one because this is a switching gears though. It says, I'm a flawed individual. I don't carry myself or conduct myself like I'm perfect.
That's I tell a lot of people, like, cause a lot of people think so highly of me, the world of me, and I always tell them, like, I ain't perfect at all. You know, like, I done made a lot of mistakes in life and stuff that I ain't proud of. You know what I'm saying? But I try to correct them. Like, if I ever wrong somebody, I always either I'm gonna apologize or make that wrong right. That's something that I always try to do. But yeah, that's what that was about.
Your thoughts create your reality. I promise you. But also with that one, because it's two that go together, matter of fact. It says, switch in consciousness. Reality is what you create. Dreams are where the real things are.
It's like two different things going on there. It's dreams are your subconscious. Like, this what you can't really even control. So when you sleeping and stuff, your subconscious taking over, and that's what you're seeing in your dreams. Now, your reality is a product of what you're thinking. So whatever it is that you think, if you constantly thinking negative, it's gonna be negative. But if you thinking positive about stuff gonna change. And it's like, it was crazy, this word, like, it just became like a big thing. Manifestation.
I was gonna bring that up, so I'm glad you said that. It
became a big thing, but that always been one of my
favorite words.
Yeah, go-tos. Like, I'm gonna just speak it into existence. That's all manifestation is.
Reason why I like that one because I talked to somebody right now and they was sometimes they have negative thoughts or thoughts. I'm telling them like you shouldn't look at it this way, look at it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I never tell the person like the way you're looking at it is wrong, but I'm saying the way you're looking at it are gonna project other things around you to start happening in that light as well.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at it as a negative way, you're gonna have negative thoughts and it's gonna be negative energy around that whole situation.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it from a positivity standpoint, that caused you to be like, okay, cool, and now you kind of like you're allowing positivity to enter your atmosphere.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to really tell people that because sometimes people are so they're just really strong on being negative. They like, no, I want to look at it this way, this negative way, and negative way only. But what that does is you locking the door and like you really shutting any positivity in on that situation.
And it's draining too. Trying to, you know what I'm saying, get somebody to think another way. Not trying to change them, but you know what I'm saying, just try to see something in another light. Right. It gets draining, man.
And I always tell somebody that like I tell them like, yo, I'm not saying that you're wrong about this and how you're looking at it. I'm just gonna give you a different way. And the reason why I'm so chill or how I don't get flustered because instead of looking at this situation as if I'm getting played or how it's affecting me or they trying to play me, I'm gonna say, you know what? No, they just bigging that person up. So kudos to that person. But that's a positive thought.
Yeah.
So then I do get my praise, or when I do start getting that positive, that's why I didn't block that door. You know. Yeah. But when you start thinking everybody trying you, I don't know if you ever seen a movie called Memento, but like sometimes like I said, your thoughts like when you start thinking you can't trust every single person, like that's what be around you. You start looking like, damn, why he went left instead of right? Yeah. He never go right. You know, it'll make sense. You start questioning everything and now, you know, you just puzzle yourself.
Yeah.
That's how I feel though. Speaking of trust, it says, I never trust anybody who claims they're real. You're obviously trying to misdirect my focus away from something you're hiding. Thought that was very wise and deep as well. Just to me though, I feel the same way.
See,
I don't subscribe to that real word anyway.
Yeah, just being around my older brother, like I got like so much street sense, like just knowledge of how street stuff works. Anybody who claiming to be something, most of the ones that are that, they don't, your character speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Your behavior, what you saying out of your mouth, that ain't about nothing. It's all about your actions. So if you claiming like, man, I'm real, I'm this, I'm that, I kind of see through that stuff.
Red flag.
Yeah, like instantly, like I'm like, man, and it's not even real. Like even with a female, they say if they are this, it's like, okay, now I'm finna be watching you now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like cause I ain't finna just, I don't even know you like that, so why would I even trust you? You know what I'm saying?
I had a debate, not a debate, but somebody I'm a positive person, so somebody trying to start something, let them start it, doing the podcast thing, and we were talking about like trust and having this wall up and stuff. Yeah. And I think his thing was like, he was like, oh, I trust from the rip. I shouldn't have to earn your trust, but like me personally, you're gonna have to earn it. I'm not giving nobody that. That's just me though.
Yeah.
And like I said, he wasn't wrong.
I value trust more than
but you have to earn it from me because if you don't earn it, you won't value it. Mm-hmm. You know, if I just give it to you, you can lie me anytime. You know what I'm saying? But if you earn it, then I feel like I'll owe you a hope. You take care of it. Like somebody give you a car, you might mess it up. Yeah. You gotta buy your car. You gotta fix your car.
Take better care.
You're gonna take care of it. Mm-hmm. You gotta pay for your car. You are gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my ideology. But you know, that was dope. It says I don't befriend people often or allow people to get too close to me. Once you got a friend in me, it's usually for life.
That's a true statement, man. Like I'm one of them people that it don't, like, I don't have to talk to you every day. I don't have to talk to you. It might be months go by. Some cases years. The love never goes away. And I try not to be on bad terms with a lot of people because I understand that life is short. Mm-hmm. Like if it's not, you not threatening my life or did something like threaten somebody I love, like I ain't really too funny putting too much energy into it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like once I befriend somebody, because I do have a wall up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I try to keep anybody out because I done been betrayed, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for once you become a friend, it's like we in it for life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Because like I said, I don't use that word loosely. People use it loosely. And I think that's not a problem, but that'd be the misconception with the friend word. Like, everybody's not your friend.
Nah,
I can know you for 6 years and we not friends.
Yeah.
I just know you.
Yeah.
You know, I've known this person for 6 years. We went to school together. We just went to school together.
Yeah.
But I know this, and I know, like, when you're younger, you go to school with somebody. By nature, you tend to think as your friend because you see him every day.
Yeah.
You thinking, well, you go to school 10 months out the year. I'm seeing you Monday through Friday. Let's just be friends. Oh well. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how it works.
Man, my brother, I was 15 years old. This around the time when you asked me about the popular thing. My brother was like, "Oh, them ain't your friends." He was like, "You ain't gonna have nothing like all them friends that you have now, that people that you around and stuff." He said, "You ain't gonna have that many by the time you graduate." I was in 10th grade when he told me that. By the time I graduated high school, I may have had like people that, you know what I'm saying, like I was like hanging around and stuff like that. Maybe about 5, opposed to 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a lot of
just hang with anybody at that point.
Yeah, like I wasn't really hanging with a lot of people, but I was
Associated with.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like playing basketball and stuff, you know, teammates.
Yeah.
Like a lot of your teammates ain't your friend.
But you just
They
label them as
your
friends
teammate.
because you loosely using that word.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it makes sense. It's the last one here, and this I'll say this one for last because you said it earlier too. You said I'm private and secretive. Don't really care about how you feel about it either. That's my vice and my prerogative.
Remember when I was saying like people, they say you secretive and you know what I'm saying, you try to hide stuff, and I just feel like everything is in everybody's business. Like it ain't your business. And I don't feel like I use this something that my brother said too. He said, man.
Oh boy, which one? Quad?
Yeah. He said, man, I don't even know if I want to say this.
Did he say in the last 30 days? Oh, okay. Because he said the last 30 days, it's null and void.
I'm gonna tell you why he been tripping them last 30 days.
Okay.
Too. But it was just like when people just constantly asking questions, it's like, now, what if I done did something wrong out here in the streets? You know what I'm saying? Now you could potentially be an accomplice of a murder or something. You know what I'm saying? Just by knowing the information, and you ain't turning me in. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, everything just isn't for everybody to know.
So that was dope. Thank you for that session. I'm gonna have that, just the tweets. I'm gonna probably call it tweets is watching and just put that little clip up on my personal page or something. But yeah, so now your brother, right? I want to talk about that a little bit real quick, man, before I get out of here. Because like I said, eventually, at first it's supposed to be both of y'all, but like I said, I've been wanting to have you on, so I wanted to make sure I still get you on. But yeah, man, your brother's been alarming me lately, man. Like the last 45 days, he just he just ain't been right. I don't know, like he's giving like at least top 5 worst takes. I thought them guys on ESPN was bad. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was bad when the guy who said that first take, he said in the last shot, I'd rather Andre Iguodala take it, and he got Clay and Steph on the floor. He's almost like of that pedigree right now. I'm like, every day, like, these real takes. I mean, for 4 or 5 years, he had like a good run of just solid takes. Yeah. Maybe it was a power. Maybe he only got good power takes. I don't know, because he loves goals. He loves some goals.
Yeah.
But I was like, Kane. Jesus, yeah. I don't know, man. That's your brother. Like, what's going on with your brother, man?
We got us a group chat, right?
It's already starting off funny.
This the stuff that the public ain't seeing.
Yeah, right.
So it be like, man, we start like 6:30 in the morning. Like, when I'm on the way to work, I get in there, look, see what's going on. We'll start early. Quad is a little Bootsy fanatic.
Oh yeah,
he love him. Like, he love him. Man, we was like, man, Boot Pop is trash. Boy, that lit a fire under him. He said, "How is trash? How is trash?" I was like, man. I said, man, just give me some song, cause I go listen to music. I don't care. Like I will listen to any music. So I was going through, skimming through it. I ain't gonna lie, there was a couple songs on there that was good, but it's not Bootsy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that we grew up on. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying, at this point, I'm just messing with him, man. Like, I'm just poking at him. I'm like, man, that junk trash, man. Cause we were talking about Gunna album too. Cause he was like, Gunna trash and all this. I haven't even listened to it at this point.
Right.
I went and listened to it. I was like, man, that jam it's great. Like it's decent. Caught like, no, it ain't. I said, man, that jam better than Boo Pop. He said, all right, bet. He leaves the chat. Next thing you know, man, he is like going in on his wall, man. Like he just, and I'm like, he like, all right, since y'all want to do this, he know I'm a big T.I. fan.
Mm-hmm.
He said trap music over urban legend. I said, man, is you?
Hold on. And is that why he posted and deleted it? Because they was on his ass when he posted that. Yeah. He posted and deleted it. I seen that. I was like,
do that when it ain't going his way.
Yeah, it wasn't looking too good for him.
Yeah.
I had a comment. I was like, oh boy, you gonna piss me off this year too, man. I thought he was just going out with 2021 with a bang. I said, I understand. It's been a rough year. It's been long. It felt like it was 16 months.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Maybe he just getting his little negative thoughts all cleaned out of his inventory.
Yeah.
And it made his brain. When he said that T.I. one, I said, nah, we not doing this. We not starting the year up this way, bro. Like, we can't do it. I don't think I ever answered this phone call, man. He done bought the sweater. I'm gonna tell him, hey, don't put my sweatshirt on until you get 3 good takes in a row.
Yeah, man. In our group chat, we go in like it's explicit in there. Like we going at it. I don't do that. Like when we interacting on
Facebook.
Yeah, I ain't doing all that on them.
Only time I've seen you, like, well, I see you. You kind of go heavier in the fellas talking music.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
I didn't even know you was in there.
I'm in there, but I don't say nothing.
I really be trolling.
Nah, I know it's funny, but I like it. It's funny to me. Like people think that because I'm from New York, obviously I'm gonna care about. I don't be caring about that. Like
man,
nothing.
You one of the coolest dudes I know from New York.
Let me tell you though. I appreciate that, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you. It's something I always tell people, right? So you know how you were just talking about, like, not saying you real because it's and third. I never feel a need to ever like be like, I'm from New York. Let me do this so I'm from New York. I never. Even when I came down here, you just could tell because of how I talk most times, or I might stand out in a way, but I never gonna be like, oh yeah, because I'm from Brooklyn. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna overly talk. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say something like that. When I was younger, yes, I did, but I always felt like this. I've seen people come down here too, and I'm glad I live vicariously through people. And people think because you're from a certain place that it makes you better. I love where I'm from. I think it's like the greatest place ever, but I love here too.
Yeah.
I thought it's the greatest place ever.
Yeah.
Like I can embrace both. But I seen people come down and try to sell guns. I'm like, I know you're not. I could look at you and tell you're not even like that.
Yeah.
I know they can know, but you feel like because you in the South that you're gonna play them, whatever, right? I've seen people get really beat up badly from up north coming down just because they overly playing that New York part.
Yeah.
And I always felt like, you know what? I always gonna stay true to myself, regardless. Like I'm not gonna overly be this New York person. Like it's just me. I'm just me.
Yeah.
Whether I was born in Michigan or Florida, I'm gonna hopefully be the same. But like I said, obviously I'm molded by a lot of it. But yeah, I never try to. I ain't gonna argue with you. If you think Dipset's the best in the world, cool. You think Julian is terrible, cool. If you think I won't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a debate with you and stuff, but it's never gonna be a personal thing. I never care, bro.
I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them, they have like the condescending attitudes towards the South, and I was just like, I be getting fed up with it. I go in on them though, like.
Nah, I see all love. I be seeing you, Malcolm sometimes be in there. Y'all be getting on Malcolm ass. Shout out to Malcolm. Malcolm was cool. I went to school with him.
Yeah.
Malcolm was athlete. I don't know if he played ball with him before, but he could shoot.
I heard.
He was nice. Let me tell you what we talking. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Only thing I like about Malcolm when he was in school. He looked up to LeBron James a lot, which is cool. Back then I wasn't a big LeBron James fan in high school, but whatever. When we would play, anybody that tell you this, when we would play, only thing I like about him was he felt he was a point guard and a shooter and everything else. So when you played on his team, he wanted you to cut. He wanted to like the bullet pass something to you. And I'm like, I'm a shooter. I don't want a bullet pass. I'm not even going to the hole.
Yeah.
I hated playing him for that reason. But other than that, he was nice. He could shoot. You know, he was tough.
I heard he could play.
Yeah, he just didn't want to. Like, he just one of them guys just wanted to be. He never tried to be tough. He was not like a tough guy. He just take to himself, real
like
chill,
real cool,
real chill.
Yeah.
But he would curse your ass on the court though. Like if you missed a bullet pass, like you throwing bullets. You can't do that. I
tell my JV team all the time, like you can't throw passes like that. You got to know your personnel.
It's you. Yeah. Like, it's you. It's not us, bro. It's you. We not that strong, but like no respect to Malcolm, but I think he's older than us too. I'm like we not that strong, bro. You a grown man. Like we not grown. Shout out to Malcolm though. But yeah, I be seeing y'all in the chat in the thing going on. I see John Paul might start some more every now and then, but
he starts fires and never say nothing.
Never say nothing else.
He just start the fire.
I be seeing. I just laugh. I just fall back. I got a lot of funny stuff about a lot of these people because, like I said, when I was in school, I used to just fall back and let them talk. I was cool with everybody though, but I got a lot of funny stories. I think I'm gonna tell you off air. I got a real funny story with Balin and John Paul. That shit was funny as hell. But other than that though, they've been cool and but like for me musically, like. You big on the South.
Yeah.
And you're a big T.I. fan. So what you think about T.I. saying, what he said as far as... And what did he say? He said nobody could beat him in verses?
Nobody could beat him in the verses? Like, no. He was basically...
That was Hov said that, right?
Yeah, Hov said that. I think T.I. was like, I don't think nobody could... Basically the same thing. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it was basically the same thing. Honestly...
You're a T.I. fan, so I'm just asking.
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, after 2008, I stopped. Maybe 2008, 2009, like, I stopped. Because his music, the sound of it started changing. Definitely. I was still young. So, the stuff he was talking about, I couldn't relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no shot at him or nothing, but I just couldn't. I ain't talking about, I don't pop bottles and driving McLarens and stuff. Like, I can't relate to it. But the trap music, the urban legend, I'm serious. The T.I. versus T.I.P. King, I love them. Yeah,
I'm in the same way. Like people think I don't like T.I. because I always talk about him, right? Yeah. But I be trolling too. I think that's the thing. People like it's okay to troll, but I do it sometimes just to rile people up, and I might troll and just I might be working on that. I might just get it off and then Yeah. So, but I might joke about this snitching thing. I don't think he really telling anybody. No, but the fact of the matter is, it's a narrative that we run with. So I just run with it. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody from New York don't always wear Timbs, but that's a funny thing to say, right? It's a lot of niggas that don't wear Timbs. You know what I'm saying?
Timbs with the New York Yankee fit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it just it just depends, and you just run with that narrative. But yeah, people they be like, well, if you ever get big and you interview him, keep that same energy. Like, nigga, I like him. I might still joke with the nigga. I don't know, but I don't aspire to interview him though. If that happens, it's cool. But yeah, people they just wild like that, bro.
Yeah.
But all in all, like what's next for you? Like, what you got in your plans for just life in general? Just teaching, whether it's kids or.
I'm looking to open up a detail shop to finish cause it's in my son's name. It's called Daru's Auto Detail and more. My goal was my time turned 16. It's his. Like you want to take it over, it's yours. If not, you know what I'm saying? You got options. You can go to school if you want to. You want to be a doctor, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever. But I think a lot of the times, like in our society, we not teaching kids how to be entrepreneurs. We teaching them how to be workers. That's not nothing I want for myself.
It's like two lines, and you kind of putting them in that line too.
Yeah.
So, no disrespect to school, but sending them off to school.
Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody the other day, and I don't know how it was whether you a teacher or you educator, matter of fact. So we was talking, and we was like how I know when I went to Butler and Josie, and then I went to Butler.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but I went to and both. You could do tech prep or college prep, right?
Yeah.
So how they described it to me was when I came down, cause I was ahead of what I was doing in New York. I was really ahead. I was like taking 11th grade classes. Came down here, couldn't do that. So they was like, we want to be college prep, tech prep. I'm like, what's the difference? I ain't want to be down here anyway. So she goes, I was mad. I was really mad. But that's a whole nother story. She goes, well, tech prep, you ain't got to take a foreign language. That was how she explained it to me. That's all she said.
Yeah.
Couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, it was true, but it was like, that's not, you tell a kid, I don't want to speak Spanish, so cool, I'm going to take tech prep. But what they didn't tell you was like all them auto classes, this class, all we doing there is taking definitions. we don't learn anything, but definitely, and we don't learn it because we just go in the back of the book, turn it in.
Yeah.
That's those are certified A's.
Yeah.
You barely got to come to class.
Yeah.
And that's what you get. But then I ended up going to university, so that didn't help me at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You was
like,
able to get in with a tech.
I had to take, but I always been smart. I had to take another test.
Yeah.
A compass test.
Yeah.
My grades were so high that actually that I took my ACT. I ain't take the SAT. I ain't went to college either.
I took the ACT.
I ain't went to college.
Yeah.
So me waking up to take a test is like unheard of. I'm like, I'm not getting up taking no test. Wake up on a Saturday. That's my day.
Yeah.
I like I'm a worker, right? That's my day off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to do nothing. But I took the ACT. Got a good score on, I think like 24, 25, something like that. Apparently that's a good score, whatever. Yeah. So the school I was going, Augusta State, they was like, you got to come in and take another test because your score is too high for you to be in a different kind of class. I went and took the test, passed it, and they was like, all right, cool. You can come here now.
Yeah.
It was just that easy. But yeah, I never wanted to go to college either. I wanted to take a year off and just
chill,
live
just
life.
Enjoy life.
I would enjoy. I would tell any kid to do that. But this is how they get. They say, well, you might not go back, and that's fine. That's fine if you don't like. You might not, but
that debt.
I mean, I'm never paying that money, so I don't know how they getting it, but it won't be from me. I think I paid $40 on it before just so they won't garner my wages. So they said they were going to do.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm not paying that back. So there's no way.
I think with the teaching thing, like they got like loan forgiveness.
Yeah, I was gonna be a teacher just for that. But see how wrong that is though. See how positive playing. I was like, I could be a teacher though. My loan get paid off. Not to impact the world. Not to like push students to do better. Just to get that debt paid off. If I did it now, I would do it to do that. But also, what I'm doing now is so much money in it. I don't know if I will ever go back to to doing that. But yeah, we'll see.
I be telling people all the time, like I could hit the lotto, and I'll finish out my year teaching, and then consider going back to it the next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's my passion. It's what I like to do.
And that's when you, like I say, that's when it's not work. You know.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that. Like, you can go around, retail is cool. It's feel like you've been in this work, but it can be easy if you know what you're doing. It can be, but some days, like, especially when they got these wild ass.
Man, you know how that goes.
You know what I'm saying?
Home Depot, man.
So I'm right. I'm pretty much the next thing. So
yeah,
it's all the same.
They were trying to groom me to become a ASM. They was grooming me for that, but I couldn't make a career out of it.
I've been doing it for like 4 months now. It's cool, and I know, and I'm already thriving. And it's not that it's hard.
Yeah,
it's just that work life balance is hard. But that's why I can't take excuses for certain things because if I'm working 60 hours and something, I'm still able to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nobody say they can't do this. No, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm dead tired. I've been nonstop all week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I still able to get my stuff off and do it. So yeah, I'm very hard at taking excuses.
Yeah.
Just based on my own life.
It's the priority thing. Like whatever, my life revolves around my son.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like when I was coming out of Payne College, when I was playing, I had actual overseas trials. I ain't gonna say like they was just knocking on my door like, hey, we need you to come over here. But nah, they actually sent like the invitation to come to tryouts and stuff. 2 of my teammates, they actually over playing. Like one of them in Mexico. I think both of them in Mexico. My son was just born. I was just like, ain't no way I'm gonna miss out on my child coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, no.
You gotta prioritize.
My bucket list was to play college basketball, and
you did it.
Yeah.
I guess I end on that note because I remember it's not to. I don't want to like diss nobody like that unless you like. I want you to be truthful. Whatever you're saying. But like, would you say you enjoyed your time playing at Payne? Because I remember seeing certain things, but like I said, I remember everything. All I do is watch. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it was so much stuff going on like behind the scenes, like politics. You know what I'm saying? It's in the world like who you know, stuff like that.
Definitely.
And at the time, when I first came on, Corinthians Brown, Coco, you know him?
I know.
Yeah. He was the assistant coach at the time. I had to sit out that year. Next year, he left and went down to Hinesville, Savannah. So they brought in another assistant coach. When that assistant coach came in, he brung
somebody else.
Yeah, more players.
His people.
And you know, yeah, and they were not like, I'm being honest, like they weren't better than me at all. Brun them and they all them guys was starting, you know, and I never been the type of guy to complain about nothing. Like I'm like, man, I'm gonna work for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna beat them out of they, you know what I'm saying, to get the spot. And what was going on was like, see, you know, college season is pretty long.
Definitely.
Man, it was like, we'll look at the stat sheet, man. They going like 1 for 9, 2 for 10. And I'm like, at what point are you gonna, you know what I'm saying, change the lineup up? That wasn't the head coach. This is the assistant coach. You know what I'm saying? This is guy. I don't want to say like he brainwashed the head coach or nothing like that.
Let me say something about that, maybe, because we got now. I love basketball, so
yeah.
One thing I can say about college basketball is it's very political.
Yeah,
they don't tell you that when you go on them visits. They don't tell you that when they're trying to recruit you, when they're trying to get you. They didn't tell you about the politics. You think the head coach is in charge, and 9 times out of 10. That's just the face of the whatever.
Yeah.
That's not who in charge.
Yeah.
You see AAU a lot of times. Basketball is just a political sport. In this AAU, all that stuff, anything with money is involved, super political. Because everybody trying to work their way up to the next spot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of underhand stuff going on. Him bringing that team, due respect to that guy, him bringing his players was also one of them things like, you know what, I'm going to come back to the package deal. They don't tell y'all that, but they know that. So when they bring him over, y'all think y'all can work him out. Truth be told, you was never going to work that spot out for them spot because those guys was already told when y'all going to come with me and this is going to happen.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, and honestly, that's the college experience for a lot of people. So when you go to different schools, they going to wine and dine you. I've been there. Trust me. I've been in wine and dine. My brother, they flow you out. They do this. You get there. You leave. Next thing you know, they saying, hey, he said this to me. He said that to you? That's crazy because they was on your nuts when you was on, you know. It's a lot of politics that go in college basketball, and it can drain a person for real. Let it get to you.
And I'm one of the type of people, like, I'm not gonna hold my tongue. Like, once it get to that point where I'm gonna say something, man, it was a time in the locker room, like, we was about to get it in. You know what I'm saying? My teammates was like, man, chill. So I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing my brother always tell me, don't go knocking on the devil's door. So when they told me to chill, I was just like, you know, I'm gonna chill out. But I really wanted to.
You want to put some pain in.
Yeah, because it was just the stuff he used to be lying to me. Saying, not the head coach, it's the assistant coach. He's saying like, yeah, man, you know, I'm always campaigning for you to get in the game and all this and that. Man, I snapped. I said, man, stop lying to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like you like that. And he was like, I don't like you either. And I said, well, I stood up. Our teammate was like, chill out. And I you know what I'm saying, I just sat and I'm like, man, that ain't the way to go about it. I really felt like they were trying to make me quit though.
You know, that's one thing about in politics a lot. Like, I seen it in retail, I see it all the time, and I hate it when you see it because, you know, they're saying how they say like they be like it's not good to meet your superhero, I guess, because like, you know, how what you feel of them, what you think of them, what you actually gonna see, night and day, pretty much, you know. Yeah. And I think that's what I be seeing. Like when anything in politics, you see that you think something is one way. It's the world, everything you think. The president in charge, you be like, oh damn, it's not even the president. You think, you know, this person in charge, not even that. Smoking mirrors, definitely. And I think with college basketball and just in general, everybody trying to get theirs. It's almost, I hate to say it this way, but it's almost. It's probably at this time now, it's probably as little as about the kids now as it should be. Yeah. It's always about my next job and I'm gonna get next with this player. I'm gonna get out this player, or I'm gonna make this player start. I know you can average this amount of money. That's gonna get me that. That's gonna get me that job. I'm gonna tell this person that I trained you, got you up. That's gonna give me that look. It's never about George. It's not about that. It's about what this person can do for me and what I'm gonna do. Some programs thrive off being genuine and being real. Yeah, you got your few that do. Yeah, a lot of programs are very politics, and you gotta have tough skin. Yeah. So when people were saying about them kids being one and done, I could definitely see why somebody want to be one and done. Yeah. Why would I play it? I hate to say
you see the ins and outs once you start playing.
I don't know if you know who Ivan Rabb is, but Don played in California. Everybody know he played in California. Played with in Cal. And the guy named Ivan Rabb was a first round draft pick. You know,
Yeah.
he stayed because they kind of told him, you know, stay, da 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 da. He didn't. I think he got drafted like way later than next year. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why am I do that for? Just to put up with BS and politics the next year? It's like,
go ahead and get drafted, get the check, and then go back to school.
There you go.
If you want to, you know what I'm saying, that's something you desire, go back to school.
But I mean, when I say politics, it's a lot of other politics, like not dissing nobody. I like it, the local stuff when they do here, but like in college sense, basketball wise, to me, politics is even making a top 100 list. Yeah. It's politics because most times that person in the top 5 probably can't. John Morant wasn't even in that. You know what I'm saying? So it tell you like it just be politics. Like what team you play for? You play for Peach Jam? Okay, cool. We're gonna put you in the top 20. You wear Nikes? All right, cool. You put you all that stuff is political and it set them up. You know what I'm saying?
Jarrell Stevenson.
There you go.
Jarrell Stevenson. Man, that man played for USA over in France while we was in high school, man.
Yep.
Like
and the thing about like and as I watched you, that's why I never said nothing about the whole pain thing to you like that, because I seen you play and I feel like you said, I feel like you could have played more. Yeah. But I also know that it's so much politics involved with that if you let it, college basketball or playing politics and basketball can send a kid into deep depression because you start feeling like, damn, am I not good enough? Like, man. Or you want to like you don't know what to do because you want to fight on one side.
Man, I ain't want to play basketball no more.
It kill your dreams.
I ain't want to play no more. Starting before the season started, it ain't nothing my coach could have asked me to do that I wouldn't have done for him. Like I would have did anything for that man. Season started coming around and I'm starting to see how stuff is. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I ain't never even had like, I did one time, but it wasn't never nothing serious. Like one of them kids left out of the gym. We ended up practicing. Boy, walked out of the gym on some crybaby stuff. Just left out mad. Cause someone going his way or something, just left out of the gym. And coach like went behind him. I was like, man, why you running behind him? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to quit, let him go. One of the boys on the team went back and told the coach. This was like, I'm starting to like, I got broke in good. Like, I started to see how this stuff worked. He went back and told the coach everything I said. So coach, I don't know if he thought I was gonna lie or what. Like he confronted me about it in the locker room. I was like, yeah, I said it. And I could see the look of puzzlement on his face. He was just like, he didn't know what to say. But I was just like, I said, I like, what you running behind him for? And I said, I know who told you too. And when I said it, the boy just started fidgeting over there in the side. I see him out of the corner of my eye. I ain't even say nothing to him though. Like I could see it. And I like, in that same one, coach had a meeting with us. Pulled us in. Man, this boy we got a team chat with the coaches and all that. You know what I'm saying? How they communicate with us. And then we got our own gent with the players. You know what I'm saying? Where we just talking. Yeah. We going out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just talking to them. They you know what I'm saying? They saying whatever and, you know what I'm saying? Practice don't go a certain way. You know what I'm saying? They frustrated. They venting.
I know how I go.
You think it's a safe space. We in the meeting, man. I promise you. I can't make this up. The boy said, look, coach. This is what he said right here. I said, what?
Hey, that's crazy, bro.
I was like, what? That's when I knew, man. I let the ones that, you know what I'm saying, I was close with on time, let them know, like, what was going on. But at that point, like, I started moving different. Like, it's just strictly team stuff, you know.
I just say, like, I think that it just sucks when something you love get infiltrated by politics because you don't know how to operate off that. We're not trained to operate off politics. You operate off passion. So I'm passionate. I'm playing ball. I'm passionate about it. But when the politics come into play, it's a tough situation because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how to handle that. You know.
I think it was something I had to go through though, because
every time
that won't allow me to do that to another kid. I would not do it.
I end with this, man. I say this. Tell if you got anything, you know. Tell the people, to yourself, camera, whatever. What's something you would tell your younger self, being so wise now? And tell me, like, what person, like, did George now, which George you talking to, 17, 16, 18? What would you tell him and why?
18. At age 18, like I was fresh out of Savannah State. I was like lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. At one point, I was finna get on the road, drive trucks and all that, you know. And I was confused. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just know I didn't want to be broke,
right.
Or you know what I'm saying, somebody that's just wasting like a bum. I ain't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? I tell him like, go back to school, cause even with me not knowing what I wanted to do in school, like I had like the dentist thing, the computer engineering thing. Being in school, it's something I tell people. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with going to school, cause you network with a lot of different people from all different areas. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, I just being in around other people to learn, it's like a big melting pot, really. Mm-hmm. Like you learning about different areas with other people. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, cause I sat out of school for maybe, I want to say about 3 years before I went back. I would tell that 18-year-old,
just stay the course.
Go ahead and get that degree out the way.
I agree with you, because I know we spoke a lot about not pushing to school. What I will say is school's not for everybody. That's why I'm saying that, right?
It's not.
It might be for you, it might be for me, but it's not for, it wasn't for my friends. It wasn't for that person, right? Mm-hmm. And what I will say is you correct 100%. Yeah. The context or the associates you meet, the people you meet, the networking you do in school is unmatched, because you're around people that, technically speaking, want to be successful, if not more, just as much as you.
Yeah.
And you can't beat that. You know?
And then another age, when I was 22, 23, figure out how to buy Bitcoin. No, seriously.
Nah, for real.
I knew what it was from the movie Dope. Remember Dope?
Yeah.
I knew what it was. I could never figure out how to buy it. I could never figure out how to buy it. If I would have figured out how to buy it, like on a website that I trusted, because I like, that's the thing with black people with money, they don't trust.
Yeah,
I was like, I ain't finna. But had I just went ahead and just bought some, figured it out, we probably wouldn't even be having a conversation right now.
You'd be up somewhere on vacation right now.
Yeah, but like, I would have been like, because I was buying stocks and stuff. Like I learned about stocks from Home Depot with the employee stock option, and I had stock in Home Depot. I had it in Lowe's. I had it in Tiffany Company, and there was another one I had stock in. But I would tell that person right there at my like 22, 23, put all your money in the stocks.
Find a way.
Yep, figure it out.
Hey man, I appreciate you talking about, man. This was dope. I think we got some great content. Like I said, man, one of the things I like about you is I think that how you perceive and who you are is two totally different people. Yeah. And you can't beat that, man. Like, you a very smart individual, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it.